Hello YouTubers, how's it going? Welcome to Dragon Oak Treasures. Today is going to be about, not eBay, it's not about eBay, but please share this video and like it, and any comments. I look at it once in a while on the computer. I would really appreciate the shares and likes, that'd be great. Follow, subscribe. I've talked about the Sheriff of Nottingham, John Morton, Archbishop, George, the Pagan. So today I want to talk about a funny ancestor. He's pretty cool. It's a history video. It is about Robert Morton, right there. You see that? Our ancestor Robert Morton, Robert Mortain, was half brother to King William the Conqueror. A lot of people don't realize, and there's our brother, my other uncle Odo. A lot of people don't realize this, but these three guys here, they actually, you know how we all know King William the Conqueror descends from Rollo. Well, his cousins are right over here. They're Staffords, Greasley, Tony. I mean, it's all been, it's all the same group. Cousins, uncles, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters. So it's pretty neat because like Greasley's were Lords of Morton, like the Dukes of Buckingham, and all those fellas. They're all of our lineage. It's pretty cool. But let me get back to what I was saying here. These fellas here, he was descendant of a Viking Rollo. Well, my grandfather was, I believe, Malhulicious or Malhook. I don't know. It's pretty hard to pronounce those names. But he was uncle to Rollo. In fact, Rollo, the Viking, joined my grandfather when he was joined my grandfather's war band when he was going up and down France. He ended up marrying one of the queens of France, just as Rollo did, married into bloodline of Charlemagne. But when you go back even further, we all know now that like most of the Irish people are Vikings, and it goes from the Roman Empire to the Troy Empire. It goes a long ways back, but these guys are pretty badass. Right here, charging King Harold's shield wall at Caldbeck Hill, the Normans and their allies. Right here, this is source was WW Stormfront. That's the first one is Odo, and then there's Robert, my grandfather, in the back with a spear. In fact, my grandfather Robert Morton saved his brother King William the Conqueror on the battlefield twice. His horse got cut out from underneath him, and he scooped him up off there. Your king is alive. He said he was like threatening him. King William the Conqueror threatening him. The sad thing is about the whole, obviously King Harold and his Viking lineage. It's always been that way. People end up marrying into certain bloodlines, and it's pretty cool stuff. Let's see here, with the sheriffs of Nottingham and Robinhood and all the pagan lineage, and this here's part of the Norman, but it goes obviously. It goes a long ways back. That one of the first families in England was Greasley, which I'm direct descendant of those guys, and the Markhams, the line of Markham, of Gotham. And check this out here. This here, like Morton, the name Morton, half brother to King William the Conqueror, was at the Battle of Hastings in the conquest of England. He held a ton of manors. I think 800 manors he held. And right here was where they said he had, where was right here? Let me see. I think it was like 800 manors, and it was crazy. I don't have that. Sorry about that. I thought I had this right here. Oh, right here. Manors, Cornwall, Yorkshire, Northamptonshire, Devon, Sussex, Dorset, Buckinghamshire. Like the Dukes of Buckingham and Morton, John Morton, and that's why we were in Belvoir Castle. I don't know if we had rights to it or whatever, because Tony Stafford, one of our ancestors, built it, and that's why Thomas More the Saint, he also learned under John Morton, Archbishop. He's some of his family members came over, on the Mayflower and the Anne at St. James, to America with us after what was going on with the church and stuff in England. But so that's pretty neat. He had a lot of, but why I say the Earls of Cornwall and stuff, because they say the Archbishop, there's a book, St. Mallory's book, and it talks about King Arthur and Merlin and Archbishop, and with Mordred and Merlin's oak and our oak and the Green Man connection and all these crazy things. one way or another with the Green Man, King Arthur's Green Knight, Gwen the Green Knight, Lancelot and all those fellows. And Guinevere, she's of the Vere lineage. It's pretty crazy because my wife is of the Vere lineage. It's amazing stuff. So my boys are Veres, which have like 50% Brit, but their lineage goes back to the right with us, the Lords of Ireland and Scotland, and and in fact Macbeth was a Mortimer. It's amazing stuff. So there's some fun stuff there. They're on the wall tapestry right there, and there's been a few more because we're descendants of what's his name here? Oh, Charlemagne, Alfred the Great, William the Conqueror, Henry, William Marshall, and Richard Strongbow de Clare, Malcolm, King David, ancient kings of Scotland. But Templars, Green Man, there's a judge that in the Temple Church in London. I believe it used to be families of Templars and all that stuff could be married in there. And I do know that my grandfather, the sheriff of Nottingham, and Robert Markham, the other sheriff, they opened a hospital in Nottingham for the poor a long time ago. And it was called Mary Magdalene and stuff. It's pretty crazy. And it has some other. He even had ties with Robert, my grandfather's given St. Michael's Mount to the Abbey of Normandy. That St. Michael's Mount, I'm not sure if anybody knows anything about that, but that's part of stories of King Arthur and stuff too. It's on the water right there. It all has to do with crazy, amazing stuff. But this guy here is pretty cool. It goes to, I just wanted to show you, all the way to Sheriff's Nottingham and Robinhood and Friar Tuck was actually, people know now that Friar Tuck was in fact AKA Robert Stafford. Two royal writers will back up what I say. These facts are amazing. So, this family stayed together for a long time, and they kept fighting the same battles. And it's kind of neat though, because the bloodline goes, when you're talking about Robin Hood, an outlaw that everybody knows in England and Europe and all over the world. And then you talk about King William the Conqueror and his family, and the archbishops and the popes and the saints, Thomas More and Belvoir Castle and Cresswell Crags and Nottingham and Mortimer's Holes, the caves under Nottingham Castle. My grandfather was a lieutenant at Nottingham Castle. It's pretty amazing stuff when you look at it like that. And the secrets here we've hidden with George Washington and the tree we share and the statues in the statutory hall at the Capitol, and the founding of America and the Mayflower Compact and Thanksgiving, and so I'm trying to bring back a few fun facts here. I'm gonna start getting a little more political and talking a little bit more about we all want hope. Everybody looks for hope, whether it's most of the time it's religion, because everybody wants to, you want to see your family members again. But I want to bring hope into real people. A lot of these characters here, these are real people. These people have done good and bad. Don't get me wrong. But it's fun when you get to talk about Robin Hood and Merlin and King Arthur, and you can actually see the route that, it's pretty amazing. I'm going to try and get some more fun facts. I hope I didn't bore you to death. Here, the Dragon Oak treasures, if you could share, like all that stuff I keep saying. And here, maybe next time I'll do one about the Vikings, our Viking ancestry. It's amazing, the Swedish blood, my DNA in Norway. Man, it just goes, and it's pretty amazing stuff. It's involved with a bunch of saints and heroes, Maximus Aurelius of the Romans, and Lucius Versus of the Roman Empire, and in some, Julius Caesar, and when you want to just have fun with this. It's pretty cool, because a lot of people, if you look into America that came over, you can trace a lot of your lineage. Like I can trace most of my lineage. The presidents, joined our lineage. The knights, we were the Knights of Baltry and stuff. So from the Mayflower and that whole group of family, Bradford and Brewster, which is a brewer. It's pretty awesome. Thank you. Share. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed the history lesson. Peace.